Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sakshi and today I have created this wedding guest makeup look for you guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Before we actually move into the makeup, the first step is prepping your skin. Now, I have already prepped my skin with a serum, moisturizer and a sunscreen, and I would highly recommend you guys doing the same. Whenever we put a heavy duty makeup like I'm going to do today, prepping your skin is really important because it allows your skin to absorb all those makeup and apply it seamlessly. So make sure you prep your skin before we actually dig into the makeup. Okay, so once you have prepped your skin, the next step would be priming your skin. Now for today, I'll be using a pore minimizing primer from Smashbox. You can absolutely use any other primer that concerns your need. For example, if you have oily skin, you can use an oil retaining primer, or if you have dry skin, you can use a hydrating primer. But for today's purpose, I'm going to use this primer for my skin. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my fingers like this and then just tapping that onto my concerned areas. This is such a good primer for pores, you guys. I absolutely love using this. And then whatever is left, I'm just going to take it on my chin and my forehead. Now I'm going to let this sit on my skin for at least 2 minutes before jumping into the foundation. Now it's been 2 minutes that my primer is sitting on my face and it's time to move on to my foundation. Now today's foundation of choice is this Huda Beauty foundation. This is so high coverage and it will not budge, trust me. I would stay away from this on a day-to-day basis because it's so heavy duty, it's so full on. It will give you full coverage, but it does sometimes look too much if you're using it on a daily basis. But for an event or weddings, I think this is a gorgeous foundation. Now if you don't want to spend so much on this foundation because it is on the pricier side, my drugstore recommendation would be Milani High Conceal Foundation. My one expired, so I do not have it on me to show it to you guys, but I'll pop it on the screen somewhere. That is absolutely gorgeous. However, I would have to say that because I have combination skin, it works really good for my skin. It is a little bit dewier foundation, and that's why if you have an oily skin, I don't think it will work that well for you. Now this foundation is also really good for oily skin girls out there because I have noticed that it really helps retain those oil throughout the evening whenever I have worn it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it on the back of my hand, just one pump, and then just dot it on my face like so. Now this shade is a little bit lighter. Classic rookie mistake that I've done is ordering it online. So I went a little bit lighter than my normal shade, but it's fine, I work with it. Now I personally feel a beauty sponge works really well with this foundation, but you can make a brush work with it, but you just have to be very quick with it. So today I'm using this YBB beauty sponge and I'm just going to blend this into my face. Voila. Now whatever is left on the back of my hand, I'm just going to take that and spread it on my neck. Never forget your neck. Oh. Now to conceal my under eyes, today I'm going to be using the Age Rewind Concealer from Maybelline. I think this works really well with my dry under eyes, and I'm just going to take it a little bit and apply it under my eyes. I'm just going to make a triangle like so. And then put it on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and then on my chin and this area. And then taking the same sponge, I'm going to blend it. By the way, if I'm looking up, that's because my mirror is up there, so please bear with me if it's annoying. Just going to blend it. Now I like to blend everything else first so that my concealer gets a little bit time to set under my eyes, and that's why I'm starting with my chin. The reason why I also love this concealer is because it doesn't dry out that easily like some of the other concealer.
A very good coverage. As I'm making these fixes, then I'm sorry. This is my concealer face. You can use eyeshadow toner, and I need to clip my eyelid for that. And with that,
now to set this concealer, I will be using Hourglass translucent powder. Obviously, you can use any powder that you have. My drugstore recommendation would be the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I do not have it in the lighter shade, and that's why I'm going with Hourglass, but that one is gorgeous as well. So just taking a little bit on my sponge and then dabbing it under my eyes. Now, I do not like to bake because my under eyes are so dry that whenever I bake, I've tried baking technique, but I feel like whenever I bake, it just makes my under eyes so dry. And that's why I usually prefer taking a little bit of powder and then just dabbing it so that it doesn't get crease. Absolutely love this powder, you guys. It actually makes my under eyes look so seamless, and it is really difficult for a powder to do that. I have tried so many powders, but this one actually works wonders for my under eyes. Moving on, I'm going to be doing a cream contour today. Yes, I'm going hands with my makeup because why not? We are after all going to a wedding, and for this purpose, I'll be using the Revlon's Conceal and Define foundation. Yes, this is a foundation which I got it in the wrong shade, of course, and ever since then I have used this as a cream contour and it works wonder. I feel like the shade is so good for my skin, so I'm just going to use a little bit. You can use any foundation or cream contour if you have, or anything in the darker shade to do this, or you can even skip it. I'm just going to draw a line like so. Now I usually like my contour to be a little bit upwards, and then I'm also going to contour my forehead and then of course my jawline because I need it, let's be honest. Using the same brush, blending it. Now I always try to blend it upwards rather than here. Just try to take the product up. It will give that uplift effect. I love using concealer foundation as a cream product because I feel like blending won't be an issue with them. Slightly down my neck just so that we have a seamless effect. Now to set my contour, I am going to be using a new product that I've recently bought. This is from Marc Jacobs. How cute is this little guy? I absolutely love the packaging. It also came with a mini size mascara. So I bought this duo together. I have been eyeing on this bronzer for so long. It is in the shade Fantastic. So I'm just going to use this to set my cream contour. Now a pro tip that I want to give you guys is that I usually like buying mini size product like this one because I feel like I don't actually use the entire product. So if you see the bigger size of this one, it's huge and I don't think I'm going to use that, especially I'm someone who gets bored with the same product, and that's why I like using minis for mascaras as well, because you have to throw out your mascaras every 3 months, and I feel like minis are such good value for the money we get, because anyways I'm going to throw it out in 3 months, then minis are perfect for it. Especially with high-end, I like to purchase minis. It's not because I'm cheapskate, but because I feel like I get more value for my money, and I'm actually able to test the product, see if it works for me, and then if it does, actually go and buy a bigger size. I'm actually quite impressed by this bronzer, you guys, and it actually makes my skin looks so nice and bronze. thumbs up for this bronzer if you want to try. Moving on to my favorite part, which is blush. Now today I'm going to use this Tarte blush palette. I absolutely have smashed this palette. I have used it so much. As you can see, I've already finished one of the shades. For today, I'm going to use these two shades and I'm just going to apply that on the apple of my cheeks. I really like Tarte blushes, you guys. They really stays on my cheeks for a longer period of time. And one thing you may notice, I have used products that are long lasting. So this foundation is very long lasting. Even this concealer is long lasting. And this blush, again, I don't know about the contour because this is the first time I have used it, but this blush, like I have literally used this blush and it has stayed on my skin for 10 hours. Obviously it also depends on the weather as well, but in my experience it's a pretty long lasting blush. Now once I've applied the blush, I'm just going back with my beauty blender and just blending everything in. A pro tip is going ham with your blush if you want your blush to speak out in photographs. I have noticed that usually in photographs, blushes never show up if you are applying a subtle blush. But if you want your blush to speak out in photographs, go a little ham with your brush and it will definitely give a nice cheeky rosy looks in your photograph. Moving on to highlighter. Now highlighting is very important for wedding. You have to make sure you highlight, especially with all those lights going on. You need to have a highlighted face. Now for today's purpose, I'm going to use the same highlight that comes in this palette. It's called Whimsical. This is the shade. It's a beautiful golden highlight. Now I personally love a golden highlight because it really suits Indian skin tone. But if you're very pale, then go for a pinkish highlight, and if you're very dark, then you can also go for a bronzy looking highlight. So I'm just going to take a little bit on this brush and then I'm going to apply it on my highest point. Now personally, I hate using those fan brushes that comes for highlight. I just feel like it gives a streak and I rather would have a really nice blush like effect for my highlight. Also, because it's a wedding, you are allowed to go a little overboard with the highlight or blush or anything you want actually. Alrighty you guys, now moving on to the eyes. I will be using today this Jaclyn Hill palette. Oh my god. Now this is my actually very first palette that I have owned. I have never owned such a big palette, so I'm really excited for it. And let me show you how gorgeous the shades are. I have already played with it because I couldn't resist, but look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? I fell absolutely in love with this when I saw this in Sephora. I wasn't planning on buying this particular palette, but I just felt like this is a perfect palette for my needs. Now I personally feel like if you're a beginner or someone like me who doesn't do a lot of makeup, I think a palette like this is absolutely perfect because it gives you a natural shade which you can use to create natural looks. Then it also gives you some shimmering shades which you can use in a party makeup, and then it also gives you some color to play with depending on the dress you're wearing, if you want to experiment with your look or not. So I feel like if you do not own any palettes and if you're thinking in that direction, having a palette that gives you such versatility is a must, and owning such palettes is definitely worth your money. Now let's start with our eye makeup. If you have watched my Diwali makeup video, I've clearly stated in that I'm not someone who do a lot of eye makeup, and that's why I consider myself beginners with this makeup. But I'm actually excited to try this out, and I'm going to create a simple look. And I actually wanted to do this eye makeup for someone like me who are beginners or who are not so confident in eye makeup and who can easily do it. So yeah, this makeup look is for you guys. Now before starting any eye makeup, I'm just going to put a tape around my eyes like so. Now I'm going to put some color on my crease, and for that I'm going to take this Perfectionist, and then I'm going to put that on my crease. Now I'm taking another brown shade from the palette. It's called Thick Skin on a smaller brush, and I'm just intensifying the brown color towards the outward area of my eyes and in the crease, as you can see. Next step, I'm just going to take these two purple shades because it matches my dress on the same brush, and I'll dab that all over my lid area. I will continue doing this until I'm happy with the payout. I really want that purple coming out, so I'm just going to do that until I'm happy with the purple on my lid. And here I'm just blending the brown with the purple. The key here is just blending. We just need it to be seamless. Now once I'm happy with the blending, I'm just going to take this golden shade on my finger and then dab it onto my lid. While doing that, I wasn't very happy with the sparkle that it gave me, and that's why I decided to go with another golden shade that I have, that is from Australis, and I'm just dabbing that onto my lid, and then I'm just going to blend everything in. Now again, taking both of the purple shade on the same brush, I'm just going to put that on my lower lid area. I feel like it really helps to bring that look together. And once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to take off my tape. Oh my god, this is so satisfying. Here you will see me applying the eyeliner in a very sophisticated way. I just couldn't be bothered, you guys.
One eternity later.
Moving on, here I'm curling my lashes with a random eye curler, and then I will be using the new Marc Jacobs eyeliner, no, eye mascara that I just recently bought. I have heard very good things about it, and to be honest, I was really impressed by this mascara, you guys. Now this is a new product that I bought from Fendi Beauty. It's their eyeliner. I bought it in the shade white. It's actually a grayish white. Oh my god, I was thoroughly impressed by this product, you guys. It just slides on my eyelid and it did not even smudge throughout the night. I had it for at least 6 to 8 hours. I loved it, and this is the final eye look completed. And then I'm just going to repeat that on my other eye. The final step in my eye makeup is doing my eyebrows. For that, I will be using this Ka-Brow. I have a travel size because let's be honest, I don't think I have ever finished a full size. I used to own a full size before, but they always used to dry up so quickly and I have to throw it out, and that's why I've started picking up this mini pots because I feel like it's more value for money. So I'm just using the same brush that it comes with, and I'm just taking a little bit, brushing my hair up, just filling the sparse area because as you can see I have fuller eyebrows, so I don't do much for my eyebrows, but I'm just filling the sparse area. And I'm going in small strokes. Like so. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm just going to take that towards the inner part of my eyebrow and filling my eyebrows towards the natural hair growth so that it looks natural. With that, our eye makeup is complete. Now the only part remaining is our lips. Now because I have really dark color going on my eyelid, I'm going to go with a nude. Now for today, I'm going to use this Kylie Jenner's lipstick in the shade Commando, and then I will also be using Abu Dhabi NYX Soft Matte. Like Kylie one is a lighter shade for me, and that's why I like to go with a darker lip color first and then a lighter one. And if you don't have any of these lipstick, what you can do is you can also go with this Maybelline Superstay lipstick. I absolutely love this shade. This is my go-to shade for everyday looks. Now here I am just filling my lips with the NYX Soft Matte lipstick first, and then I will be moving on to my Kylie Jenner lipstick. Here I'm just going in with a gloss. I'm using a Marc Jacob gloss. I absolutely love Marc Jacob's gloss. I'm using a shade which I don't know. I'll put it in the description box. It also has a minty feel to it, which I really like. I love how plumpy it makes my lips look. And for the final step, I'm using this all-nighter spray by Urban Decay. It's one of my favorite spray for heavy duty makeup. It locks your makeup in. I'm just spraying that in and fanning it away, and then just taking my beauty sponge, I'm just going to dab that into my skin. I would highly advise this step. I think it really helps to blend all those powders and makeup together. And just like that, our makeup is complete.